All right.
And welcome to the next episode of Jack and Pho.
Yes.
This time, another cleaning stream.
Yes. Much cleaning will be done today. And I'm fully protected. So
just on one side.
Just one side. I don't care about the other
For
side.
some reason.
This side,
just the right hand.
I have an abrasion, and yeah,
Sensitive.
I definitely
it's exposed.
Don't want that abrasion getting hurt while cleaning. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Just a lot to clean. So we're gonna be hanging out, cleaning quite a bit, and as we clean, just talking about life, and I'm sure we're gonna be talking about quarantine stuff and everything else.
Yeah. So welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging.
Thanks. Final or wait, I can't read from here.
I always say
final Luigi, but final Lugia Guardian.
I do that every time.
Yes, just this. I mean, I could put on more. I could put on more gloves, but I'm not going to. At least not yet. I like feeling it with my hands raw. But right now, I shot so many rounds that I rubbed part of my finger raw. So there's no way.
And I accidentally touched it. I felt so bad.
Yeah, you cut it.
I'm sorry.
Even more. Cool. So to start, what we cleaned on today's clean stream so far? What do you have first up the bat?
Well, so I no longer have my Masada, but I have this Walther PPQ Q5 match.
Yes, so that's a new piece.
You can see it's empty.
Yeah, I'll do a finger check. Don't close it on me; that'll hurt. Yep, there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
As far as I don't see any.
You can see
cartridge in there.
See it through, and okay.
Yeah, you got it. Finger check. Looks good.
There's a fly.
There's a fly. How'd the fly get in here?
It was like a little moth.
I'll kill it.
It went off screen.
All right.
Speaking of flies, there was a lot of wasps at the range today.
There were. We killed them though.
There were 4 wasp nests that we killed, and didn't you get stung?
I thought I got stung. I felt something on my shoulder, and then I brushed, and then there was a wasp. I'm like, oh crap, did I just get stung? But I don't know. Who knows what happened? Whether it just bit me.
It was an interesting start. I will say that. So but it was a nice day. It was really sunny and windy, and I really enjoyed being able to get outside. So
yeah,
I wonder how you guys have been doing.
That's my favorite essential activity, is shooting. So
what is an essential activity? Might I?
But yeah, whatever the government makes up, which is not reality, but yeah, the government makes up stuff.
What do you believe it is?
All activities, all voluntary human choices.
Or is essential a subjective term?
Correct, because it's subjective. You
shouldn't impose your will on others beyond your property rights.
Right. Completely agree.
Lesson of the day, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm going to go on ahead and check mine again. Right, nothing in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and pop out my slide. Yours is pretty easy to do. I could tell you if you want. It's really it's super easy.
I like reading the manual.
But you can read the manual too. That's fine.
Okay, something about reading the manual, I'm like, all right, that's a piece of someone's effort over here.
Yeah.
This is probably a lot of people's efforts.
Definitely. But, it's a nice manual.
So it's really accurate, and it's meant to be a competition pistol, right?
That is, yeah, it was designed for competition in mind, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was an outdoor range, and yeah, those wasps were really defensive, and I was like,
they're very angry.
There's a wasp nest, and it was so small, and you just saw a wasp. So,
but they did have some spray, and we were able to effectively get that on target.
Yeah.
And shoot the wasps dead.
I don't see anyone defending wasps' lives. Like, where's PETA?
Wasp lives matter.
They don't come out. They're like, hey, well,
someone's gonna take. They'll be like,
spray the wasp.
They're gonna be like, white
even when they're attacking you. Like, that's funny. But yeah, welcome. Gosh.
So have you opened? the manual yet to see what you have to do?
No.
Oh, okay. I could have told you what to do already about 5 times if you want.
You could have.
I really could. I'm pretty good.
But I just want to read.
Okay.
I know.
Well, while
every
you
time
read-
I've had you do it, so I just gotta go to where field stripping disassembly.
Yes. Field
Page
stripping disassembly.
24.
It is important to read your manuals. Some people say, you could just watch YouTube. Yeah, I know, but sometimes manuals give some good tips in there too that sometimes YouTubers don't do, unless it's like the YouTube video how-to from the company where they actually
All right.
tell you every step.
Yeah. Okay. So I found it. Field stripping disassembly. Point the pistol in a safe direction. Make sure it's unloaded. And we did. We checked.
Very important.
But you can always check again.
Yep.
There's no harm in checking like
Seriously.
a million times.
Check every time.
No, I'm just kidding. That's kind of a lot. Like if you spend more than a day checking, that's like, you need to get on with your life. Okay.
Well, the rule of thumb is check every time you pick it up. Every time you pick it up.
Okay.
Every time.
Make sure your finger is off the trigger and out of the trigger guard. Depress the magazine release and remove the mag. All right. I can do that. So I'm going to point it in a safe direction away from things I care about. Okay. So that's like over
that small
there.
animal and child there, I guess you don't care about. No,
What?
there's nothing. It's all good. It's in a safe direction. So what are you doing?
And my finger is off the trigger.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna release the magazine, and it's already gone.
It's already out.
Okay, so
we're already ahead of the game.
Muzzle pointing. Thanks, Jack. With the muzzle pointing in a safe direction, and with your finger off the trigger and outside the trigger guard. That's a good reminder. Grasp the serrated edges or sides of the slide from the rear with the thumb and fingers, and briskly draw the slide fully rearward in order to extract any cartridge from the barrel chamber and clear from the pistol. Oh, we already cleared it though. Okay, pull the slide fully to the rear. Press upward on the slide stop lever while letting the slide move slightly forward, thereby locking the slide open. Okay, you already did that. It's good. Close the slide, pull the slide slightly to the rear, slowly release the slide, allowing it to return. Okay, that's all I had to do.
The thing that I disagree with, it says in the manual you like pull it slightly, but it doesn't make any sense to me. Like that's not how it works. You like actually have to charge it. Like you pretty much charge the whole thing.
All right, point the pistol in a safe direction, squeeze the trigger fully to the rear.
And to answer that question, it's a PPQ Q5, so it's a special version.
Q5
match. Yeah, so it's meant for.
And I'm gonna check
matches.
Again because I'm like super safe.
That's right.
All right, it's totally empty.
Be super duper safe.
So I can pull the trigger. Okay, and then it's pulled. All right. So grip the takedown catch from above on both sides and press downwards. Oh, okay.
Oh, and if anybody's watching this on my profile, if you want to comment, I can't see it. You got to go to either Fuzz YouTube or her Facebook if you want to comment because I can't see on my page.
Ah, okay.
Just letting people know, just in case they want to say
I wish
something.
I could see it.
But all right, my barrel is so lubed, it could literally like.
Oh, from above
probably open some
and press downwards. Okay.
It's not too crazy. It's just a simple push. If you need to, you can rest it on down.
It came down a little bit.
It should come down like
all the way.
Not crazy. Let me see. No, it's not. It's a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. You might want to just set it down. Maybe not on the manual. But yeah. Yeah. Did you fire the trigger?
I did.
Okay. Then you're good. Because it should basically like. Oh, did you already fire the trigger?
I did.
Oh.
That's what it said to do.
Oh, yeah. See, the manual, that's what's going on. Like, there's something wrong. I think there's something off with the manual. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't think that's how it works. The manual, I think, here has something wrong. All right, charge it up. Ready?
Wait, move the slide
forward. Just charge all the way back. Set set the takedown. Is it back? Push the takedown levers. Push them back up. Just make sure they're back up. Yeah.
All the way back up?
Yeah, push them back up. Okay, now charge it. Pull it all the way back. Yeah. All the way. That was all the way back, right? Push and pull. There you go. Yeah, I heard it. Okay. All right. Now push the takedown down. So push the two things down. Okay, and now fire.
Huh. Okay, that was more than it was.
Wait, now fire.
All
Not that baby. Now push it forward.
There's no
Push the
baby.
slide. I'm just kidding. All right, push the slide forward.
Oh,
Wow. You know,
wow, you're really good at
we
this.
could have saved so much time if you had just let me show you how to do the takedown. I think there's something wrong in this manual. I swear, it's not the way you do it. I don't get what they wrote, or like if they use it for another model, but it shows the PP, haha, the PPQ, but that's just not how it works, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. Sweet. And the recoil guide rod, it's one piece. You compress the spring. Remove the thread protector by turning it counterclockwise if barrel is threaded.
Wait, you don't need to go that far.
It's not.
You already are at the stage of where you can just take out the recoil spring and popping it out. Right. It's like, it looks like it's super under pressure, but it's actually not. It literally is just like you push forward a little bit and pops right out. This is where it gets scary because like some recoil springs are like actually really under pressure. That's not that bad at all, but this one's not. Little. This one's very little pressure. Low pressure.
Low pressure.
Make me nervous.
Oh, cool. Rem oil firearm lubricant. Yeah. I love this.
It is good stuff.
Well, thanks for joining the stream. Hope you guys are okay.
Yeah, I hope everybody's doing all right out there. That hopefully you're not in an area where things are too crazy.
Yeah, you're getting sunshine and fresh air.
Yeah. Or
I keep saying that, but I think it's so important.
It is. If anybody's been out there protesting, definitely want to hear about that. People who actually went out and rebelled, you know, wherever, maybe went to Michigan, the capital, or you just, you know, whatever. We actually had someone who's a friend of ours just get arrested, not physically, but they did the written arrest because he did a protest, and that's going to be interesting to see what comes of that.
Yeah.
But there's people who are, you know, they're tired of it and they're mad and they're not going to take it anymore. So
yep.
We just haven't really had to face too much for whatever reason. We just kind of like.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, Juan. Nice to see you.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, I'll clean this.
So lubed. Oh.
So dirty.
Did I not grab the barrel tool? Like the rod?
I don't know.
Gosh.
Wow. There's the barrel.
If I didn't, I'm going to go grab it.
Okay. I see a 22 snake and a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that like little blue kit. Yeah. So, yeah. What was that movie where there was it's like called The News something, and it was this guy who was so angry, and he's like, I'm so mad and I can't take it anymore. Okay, I don't know exactly what he said. It was something like that. And he had a bunch of people like yell out their windows because they were just so fed up with all the lies and everything. And I think we're living in that really interesting time, you know, of there are people all around the world who want liberty. You know, I've covered the Hong Kong protests and their protests of the communist government in China. And, you know, there's people all around the world that are fighting for freedom. Brazil and Europe, everywhere, Africa. There's libertarians in Africa. There's libertarians everywhere. Russia, you know, probably even North Korea, dude. Like, just trading and covering themselves with a blanket while they watch TV or something, you know. And that's the world we live in. And we live in this interesting time where we can all connect for now on the internet. So let's just keep pushing towards that end and pushing for freedom. Someone said I bought 3 new guns. Nice. I wonder if that is your tax return, essentially, that you got.
Yeah, all those people are like, all right, got that you know, some people say Trump bucks, or it's just basically your own money back unless you're like perpetually on welfare.
Trump didn't actually use some of his wealth to pay you. Okay?
Yeah, he just gave you your money back.
He just put it on the debt and printed money. So
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I mean, so many people, there's like
it's gonna
so
be
many
scary.
issues.
I'm worried. It's like, is it gonna be like Venezuela? Bread lines. There are lines in some places. Part of that's just like, oh, social distancing and like some stores being like, okay, only a certain amount of people at a time. But
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, I think that there's going to be just production shortages in certain areas and sectors. I think meat industries have been very impacted, especially, you know, frozen and like pork, that kind of stuff.
A lot of factories have been shut down.
Right. A lot of the stuff that's in the frozen department. Oh my
It's
God.
like the militant vegans got their wish. The climate
Like,
change.
we shut down and then
militant people. They're like, yeah, I saw an article that was like, oh yeah, we needed or they could have done this a long time ago. Pay us some money and shut down everything. And the air's never been cleaner.
Oh yeah. It's like, oh yeah, the air is cleaner and people are starving.
And factories have been shut down. They're like, yeah, you know, no more CO2 emitting factories.
Right.
Like, oh no.
These are anti-human people. Like,
yeah.
They literally hate the fact that people are existing and productive and changing the landscape to become more suitable to human flourishing. They don't like it.
Yeah. You know, I think if you want to be sustainable, offer a market alternative. Just be like, hey, it's cheaper to be sustainable or better, you know, right? Just like invest your time in that, but don't like force other people and spend their money and take their money. So that's also another lesson. Taxation is theft. Okay. Oh no, is that going to be like a that gets you in jail kind of phrase? Like, are we getting into that world post Corona?
Not really.
It's more like government shutdown.
No, yeah, it's the violence. I mean, although there was someone just recently in terms of speech, I forgot exactly the geographic location, but there was a girl who posted about her experience getting tested for corona and saying that she didn't necessarily test positive, but they thought that she had the antibodies, and then like police came and said, "Oh, we're going to charge you with disturbing the peace because of your Instagram post. So you better take it down now because apparently it like broke out other people at her school, this girl." Oh. And then, there's a lawsuit over that. I forgot what the state is. Someone can, peep me on that. But
wow.
Yeah, I'm like, that's tyrannical. But yeah, mostly it's physical. A lot of it is physical rather than speech restrictions. I mean, there's speech that involves physical things, but most of it's like, don't go to the beach or this. But even now, like a lot of places, their beaches are opening. Floridians, I mean, you can't keep their beaches closed. That's what they're there for.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Twitter. People are like, "Oh no, Florida beaches." Those it was like hashtag Florida morons. I'm like, why is this trending? What the heck?
Oh my goodness. That's good though, because I want
and they were like, oh, it's because of DeSantis.
Right.
They do DUH. Santis.
It's like
that's like all they got.
I want certain states to be like super rebellious so that all the central planners don't want to be there, right? Like be super rebellious in New Hampshire and Texas and Florida,
right.
Like a lot of like the states where there is like still a little bit of liberty stronghold kind of thing, so that they turn away the people who would otherwise move there and be like, oh, I don't want to move to Florida, or I don't want to move to Texas. Or
yeah, I already saw some tweets to that end of like, there's a blue wave, and they're like, oh, I'm so glad I got out of Florida.
Yeah, they should all get out of Texas, get out of Florida, get out of New Hampshire, get out of any state, Kentucky, South Dakota, any states where there's a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
But
do you think there will be a lot of foreclosures soon?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, there's going to be foreclosures from the Airbnbers for everybody who like bought houses for the sake of running Airbnbs. Yeah, they're going to be in doo-doo. There's going to be foreclosures from people who like were relying on rent to pay it, like, whatever it was, like people who are temp workers, seasonal workers, the people who lost their jobs. Or there's going to be people who had just gotten a house and now they can't afford it because they were taking a risky loan and they lost their jab.
Yes.
Their yab.
Seen a lot of those.
I mean, because again, they're like, there's different states, stuff like that. They've been trying to do like deferments and stuff. But deferment doesn't mean you don't have to pay it. You still have to pay it. So if they can't pay it later, well, then they're screwed. And then there's also the fact that the assumption of the time band during which there's a deferment, if they say it's 30 days or 45 or even 60, it's still not enough. Like, with all the shutdowns, it's like, okay, that deferment or that whatever is still not enough time to make money if you can't even work. So it's gonna be a lot of people who are into doo-doo when it comes to that.
Yeah. I think it's funny you keep saying in the doo-doo.
I'm just trying to keep it PG-ish.
Oh. Yeah.
Monetizable.
It's sad. I mean, I heard it was 22 million seeking jobs.
22 million unemployment in those numbers. I mean, again, that's not really accurate because basically all the unemployment systems are overwhelmed and people couldn't go, and like there's just so many glitches. So there's going to be more people just being unemployed from general shutdowns and the business closures, but there's also going to just be new numbers because of the sheer fact they couldn't handle the volume of requests and so couldn't accurately count it and everything. They're like still trying to play catch up with their numbers for applications and processing. So there's going to be both factors coming into play. I see. So yeah, but
that's a lot of people.
That's a lot
you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
Like, can you compare that? Let's see, 22 million.
Compare what to what?
Like, is there some war where that many people died? Like,
no, I'm sure there's some.
It's just a lot of people.
Particular thing.
Or is that a city
somewhere?
Like, what kind of city? Like
a big one, because that's like the population of like a semi-large state.
Like
LA? Florida's Florida's whole population is like 23 million. So
so like imagine like a whole state.
Yeah, like that's like close to that.
No, unemployed.
Oh, what am I doing?
Shut down. Gosh, I saw a video of cops in Britain going into into a complex, an apartment complex or a condo complex, and they like broke in this guy's door and like broke his door, and they were had British accents and stuff, and he's like so mad, and he's like, "What are you doing in me house? Get out of me house!" And it was just really sad, but he got them to go away, but they're just like 3 or 4 different British cops.
Yeah.
And they're like, "We need to check in on you." Like, oh my God.
It sounded like he was almost like an Irishman in England.
In England, right.
But I don't know.
It's a unique culture over there in Europe.
I mean, Europe's like a continent, so that's like millions of cultures.
I know, but I've never been there. It's a unique area. It's just like, I've never been.
I know. That's true.
It's different from America or
places.
Or Mexico.
I don't know. There's a lot of cultures in the United States, of different states, right? And they have different demographics and people and histories, and even within those, and so. Oh,
true.
Okay.
Even within the U.S. is so diverse. It's really interesting. It's like you got the West Coast, like Texas people, the South, and the East. It's really interesting.
Oh yeah, and they're all unemployed now.
Oh no. Well, I've been seeing so many ads are like, "Are you unemployed? You could be like all these millions of people in the shutdown, but instead you can do this marketing online with me." Online marketing. Yeah. Come listen to my seminar on online marketing. I've seen so many of those. So many like shirtless, skinny, buff dudes just like in front of some mansion, and they're like, "Look, you could be like me.
Right.
Come to my seminar." So anyway. So yeah, there's people capitalizing for sure.
They're trying.
There's movements in gold, silver, crypto.
I mean, eventually what the next stage will be, just like in any turn down, is when people, can't find work, they turn to going to school, right? So like education, although I say education loosely, but schooling becomes a big thing. And then people start being like, well, I can't get a job, so I guess maybe I'll just go back to school. And then there's going to be even more student loan debt. And that's going to be its own collapse there too. People not being able to afford to pay that. Although, they had a 6-month deferment for federal loan holders. But still, I mean, is that going to be enough in the end when there's still ripple effects from this 6 months from now, plus all the inflation and everything else. It ain't gonna be good, that's for sure. Okay, that feels good.
This is thick. This is a little too thick.
What's a little too thick?
Oh, this one.
Oh,
it says 38.
No, it's a 9 mil.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it can do 37, 38, or 9 mil.
All right.
You gotta stick it through with power.
Okay. I'll put it on the stick first for leverage.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday. Wonder how this week is for some people. I guess some people are looking for.
Some people are still waiting for their bucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people got their bucks.
Some people got their bucks.
Interesting stories about that, right? Some of the checks going to people who are dead, their accounts, or the wrong accounts. You know, if they got a interesting direct deposit situation,
it goes to
really
their
account.
Tax filer, or it goes to like something that's dead.
Right.
All right, here, double check eye this for me. It's empty.
Okay. It's empty here. And
nothing in the hole.
There.
Cool.
Yeah.
Audience check.
Check it like 3 more times.
Yeah. Quadruple. Nothing in the mag. All right. Fingered in. That's like, please don't close me, bolt. But the bolt safety's on me. Yeah. All right.
Wow.
This is the fun part. Oh, and
show what's at the front. Yeah. Look at that heart. It's called a heartbreaker, right?
Right. So you got a little compensator here, spits out the gas to kind of keep the muzzle down when it fires, so you can stay more on target. It's pretty cool.
Significantly lowered the recoil on this. That's really cool how you have it.
It's so long, I can like get it almost to them. I don't know. Yeah.
Someone said inflation, good times in all caps. I know, right? Well, some people will be prepared, and I hope a lot of you will be those people, and try to help your friends and family and those you care about as much as you can, and educate them on diversifying their savings, gold and silver, and maybe look into some cryptos
and some ammos,
privacy coin. Yeah. And ammos.
So yes, for those who didn't see that is a detachable barrel that Ruger made into the latest carbine, or carbine. I prefer carbine. It's a carbine. But and then someone asked, is that a Ruger PCC? That is a Ruger PC. It is indeed. And it is pretty cool, I will say. Super accurate, especially once you get sighted in, whether you're using irons, in this case, use a dot. I mean, it is incredible. I will say that this is definitely one to have. I've had a sub 2000 in the past, like years ago, for thinking like, oh, popular 9mm carbines. Yeah, this is way better than the sub 2000. I mean, the sub 2000, of course, can fold in half. So, it's easy to fold for, to kind of like pack it away. But this, again, you can remove the barrel. I mean, sure, it's not like, a folding thing, fold in half, but it's close enough.
It's pretty easy to take it on and off.
Yeah.
So you just lock the slide back, right?
The what?
You just lock the
charging
handle back. Yeah.
On the bolt. Yeah.
Yeah, you just lock it back, and then you can just turn it off. And
yeah, it's got a quick release button. So, although actually, I still need to figure out what the other, or if there's another opening measure here, because I haven't taken that apart that far yet. I see some hex screw.
It's getting cleaner in here.
I need to look at that.
Well, it's so cool when you look down the barrel, you can see like these curls or like circles. Whoa, so cool.
Yeah.
I will say today was the funnest day I've had at the range. and it was yours too.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Because it's just steel all day, and then like just speed shooting. Like how what I mean? It's a lot of fun. So someone asks, is a Ruger PC a good first gun, or better to have a Glock or a Ruger pistol? That just depends. Like, what I mean? It's always about
first is relative. I mean, it really is. Or I mean, what you like is relative.
Oh yeah.
What you should get really depends on you, your size, and
your comfort. That's something you just got to go to the range, rent some
varieties
stuff.
Of guns.
And if they don't easily let you rent something, like buy something, then just buy some 22 cheap pistol or a high point, and then use that as your way to be able to rent guns. You know what I mean? So you can try other stuff. But you know what I mean? Many stores will let you like rent without actually owning. So it just depends, obviously state and whatever. Some don't. Some will be like, you have to have a gun, whatever, to rent or something. But depends. But yeah, I mean, would I recommend this? Oh heck yeah, I'd recommend this. This is freaking amazing.
Yeah. Hey Drew, what's up? Welcome. Cheers. Yeah, I really like the Heartbreaker. It's so cool.
Yeah, you can actually see here now.
It really made a difference.
It actually has hearts on the side, like so. If you can see, the gas system is actually a heart. Yeah, you can really see it again.
Oh yeah, if you hold it over your eye, whoa, or your skin.
Someone's gonna say I'm Illuminati now, like just because I'm like. You can see it's a heart.
Just because you're like this.
The love.
You're like this. Oh no.
Oh no.
He held this.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's true. Every time now, especially in a music video, you're like, is this blood sacrifice because they're messed up? Part of the Illuminati. Like,
Maybe.
How do you know? Is it both?
Tough to know.
Are high points any good?
It depends. Like a lot of people will rag on high points. Like high point was my first handgun. And I would say that, it's not a looker. It is not easy to take apart.
That's funny.
It doesn't have like the world's best capacity. But despite all those negatives, the positive is that it does shoot well. It does run well. Like generally in terms of accuracy, and it, as has been tested many times on YouTube, I can agree. It holds up against a lot of adverse conditions. So, you know what I mean? It's like, is that a great gun? No. Is it something where it's like, okay, I literally can't afford anything else, but I could get a high point, C9 or something like that? Yeah, I mean, it's better to have a gun than no gun.
Mm-hmm.
As long as that gun's not going to actually blow up on you. You know what I mean? You can't get worse than having nothing to defend yourself. But in terms of like general reliability, as long as clean it, lube it, practice with it.
Because is it all plastic?
It'll work.
Is there any steel parts?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, all the stuff that is the firing part, because it's got to go boom. So the plastic won't handle that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the frame is mostly plastic, but they also have, since American made, the company has like a lifetime warranty in them. So if anything does go wrong, they'll fix it for you, no problem.
Neat.
For free. So yeah, I mean, again, would I recommend something else for first gun? Of course. But if that's the money you got and that's what you can do, don't go get a Jennings. A high point C9 would be much better than one of those other really crappy guns, like that are truly pieces of crap that definitely could not rely on. But yeah, no, I mean, the high points can be fun to shoot. I enjoyed it while I had it, but obviously there's it's not hard to get much better. But it does usually take a few $100 above what you could get a high point for. It depends on where you are too. I mean, some places you can get a C9 for like 150 to sub 200, and then at that price point, it's like, okay, whatever. But a lot of people like to use it as like they say like a truck gun, just something to throw in the truck. And if anything happens, you don't give a crap if if your C9 falls out or gets damaged or something, rains or something happens to it, like nobody cares. And even then it should still probably work. But Yeah, and the carbine, people who like the high point, it holds up well.
There's just a little bit
Ain't a
that
looker,
you got to
but-
move. This wall there.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, it's like whatever gun you use should be whatever you're comfortable with and feel good practicing with, and can shoot comfortably and take care of comfortably. Outside of that, it's just the reliability. Is the gun actually a meaningful threat, or is it is it just truly unreliable? So. But
yeah, I remember shooting that that one high point you had, the 9mm.
Yeah, C9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that was in the beginning when I was so new, and I was like,
years ago.
That's true.
Yep.
And like,
I think.
Whoa, I guess it's all
back then. Because I had like a high point. I had the sub 2000. I also had some other stuff. What else? I can't remember what I had. It's been so long. At the time, did I have the AR? I think I probably had a Ruger AR or something. Or I don't know.
Can't remember honestly. But hey, if it works, it works.
I'm just using a glove. So I was like, why is me using a glove and you're not? It's just because I shot so many rounds, I like rubbed the skin off of my thumb.
Yeah. I have a Band-Aid though.
Otherwise I wouldn't.
Look, I have a Band-Aid. It's just skin color. Look, you didn't even notice.
I always love raw dog cleaning.
But yeah, so the lead was in the skin there.
Yeah. If I'm gonna die of lead poisoning one way or the other.
Well, that'd be sad.
Yeah. But yeah, at this time, it's if you got some extra bucks back, great time to pick up a piece and get shooting. Get practicing. But yes, fortunately, more and more people are starting to opening up. So unfortunately, though, there seems to be a trend of the governors saying, "Oh, we need like 2 weeks of having lowering mortality rates," which is like, how's that going to work when the CDC was telling people to say everything is coronavirus a death, right? Like they're like, oh, just presume it's a coronavirus death, even if there's other stuff. Just use your intuition. I mean, how's it going to decline when they're like, oh, if you have heart failure and corona, oh, you die corona. Yeah. Oh, you had leukemia and you died corona. Oh, I guess it's corona. Okay. You have cancer. Oh. Yeah.
Okay. How do you put this back on? I try to keep these down, but see, I didn't read the manual. I thought I could just reverse engineer the steps.
You actually can, but let me see. One second.
Maybe I can. I wish I could just hold it from the bottom.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
I suppose it's like
figuring it out. Okay.
I still need to figure if there's another field strip aspect to that gun. I haven't read the manual yet. Is yours back on? This is the hard part. Yeah.
This is hard?
Like, oh yeah, shooting guns feels easy compared to cleaning guns. It's like shooting. It's like, oh, okay, put some bullets in, load up the mag. All right, take your safety off, start shooting. Cleaning's like, okay, how does this new gun get taken apart? Does this require a punch? Does this require a takedown lever?
Okay.
Do we have to, unscrew anything, or is it simple?
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Did you charge it? Because that's how it goes back.
Oh, you just charge it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I didn't read the manual, and I tried to just reverse engineer, which was put it back on, because that was the last thing that proceeded.
All right, just make sure to do your test fire. Make sure it's empty.
Well, I gotta make sure it's empty. Even though
Yes.
you guys saw no magic tricks here.
No magic tricks.
I literally didn't load it, but I'm gonna check anyway.
What if the
because that's
NSA
how
sticks
serious
it in?
about safety I
That's
am.
right.
Gun safety for our community in terms of learning about gun safety principles. Not gun control.
What if
Not
the
gun
NSA
control
drops a
check.
bullet in there while you're not looking, right? Maybe they're trying to, mess with you. You just gotta check.
Can they do that?
I'd be impressed, honestly, if they could do that. But
Okay. It's empty.
nice.
It's empty.
All right.
So I'm still gonna point in the safe direction, not at Jack.
Famous last words.
Okay. So it went off.
Hey,
nothing
success.
came out at the baby.
Yeah.
Just kidding. There's no child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That looks
Cool.
great. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to put this on the side. And then next, I'm going to be cleaning the Angstadt UDP. You have to say it like that. Angstadt. Is it? Is it German?
I don't know. I haven't looked up how you pronounce
don't
it.
know.
So,
but I just imagine it's probably Angstadt UDP 9.
Probably.
9mm.
Could be.
And
we should call
we're
up and
going to
ask
clean
him.
that. And we'll definitely check and make sure it's unloaded as well.
Yes.
If you had that chamber flag, the little one, you could like stick it down.
Yeah, you can stick it down the barrel.
The barrel, yeah, and like really show.
Oh yeah.
It's empty.
I left the little one back. I only like big flags.
Oh, I like the little flags though. You like the big flags?
I'm a big flag guy.
Hmm.
You know what they say about guys who like big flags.
So you like big flags?
Yeah.
I like little flags.
Oh.
Well, because then
you'll be disappointed because I'm a big flag kind of guy.
Well, the little flags you can actually stick down the barrel.
Oh, you can make the big ones work. You just got to push extra hard and careful.
All I can do is cover over the hole.
Mm.
Doesn't really.
Well, I guess it's time for your Angstad.
Yeah, it's over there. I mean, it's next to you. Okay. Yeah, you can just lean over. Yeah. Today I had coconut water. Thank you. It was really good. I was really thankful. I'm like, how long is this gonna last? Anyway, here's a giant flag.
Yeah. So check it.
And here's the hole. And I stuck it in there.
Oh, look at that. I can stick it in the hole too. See?
Yeah, so
that's double penetration.
That it's empty. Oh, here.
There's officially no squibs either in there.
And if you're extra anal like me, you just check it one more time. And I'm pretty sure I felt a hole and nothing smooth.
I mean,
so I think it's empty.
Actually, I'm terrified to put my fingers in there because that closes pretty fast.
I know.
That's a fast closing handle,
So we're good. And so tell me how to field strip this, Jack.
Oh. Well,
so it's in the fire position.
Push the trigger.
Push the trigger?
Yes. Or pull it, I guess.
Do I need to
is it fully charged?
It is, but don't I need to close the
discharge? Oh, it's not. Oh, I see. My bad. Yeah.
So I need
Slap it. Slap that bad boy. There you go.
Okay.
Now pull the trigger.
Okay.
Oh wait, famous last
still put
words.
it in a safe direction. I just still want to check it. I just
pull it. Okay, it's great. Okay, so it's just simple, push pins, just like any other AR.
Right.
So you push it in there.
Yeah. So this is like beginner AR. It's like a toy AR, but it's not. It's not. It's not a toy.
No.
9mm.
This is for big boys.
Big boy. I'm not a big boy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not
the greatest deception in the world.
I'm sorry.
I'm actually a big boy. Oh my goodness.
Jerk. Don't tell my secret. Okay, I'm just kidding.
All right. So you're going to push out the pin.
Yeah, I'm pushing it through.
Yeah.
Does it help to have something,
No. Did you finger it? Okay. So now this is where, it depends on your strength of your nail, but you just kind of keep pulling this little pin out on the other side. It's got a groove underneath. You can pull it, but I don't know.
Is there no tool I can
use? There's a tool. There's tools. We could slip something under there just for leverage. but I'm usually able to do it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's just a pull pin on the aux stud. I don't know why I'm doing this, but okay.
I don't know why either.
Yeah.
What?
That's my anime. Yeah.
That's your anime. Yeah.
Coming out. Okay. Did that?
It moved out more. Good
Oh,
job.
yeah.
Wow, great work.
That's
So that's
going
it.
in
Doesn't
deep.
come all the way out.
What? Oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't come all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just comes out till you hear it click, and then
Got it.
it's
So now
and
you
now it's gonna
can
break.
pull
I mean,
it up,
as
right?
it breaks. So you know, you got your frame and.
Oh, got it. Why?
There we go.
Thank you.
Yay.
Okay, yay. Great.
You just hit the key.
Oh, oops. I just hit the key. Hopefully that didn't turn off the charge. Oh, okay, great. We're
Lucky.
still there. Oops, I accidentally hit the lock button.
Hit the lock screen.
On the screen.
Whoops.
This is so cool. I just really love my aux. Really thankful. And I've been really enjoying watching Top Shot. It's a really cool show.
Yeah, binge watching Top Shot's a lot of fun, especially during the lock-in.
I know. It's a long lock-in for sure. So should I take this bolt?
You should definitely take the bolt carrier group out as well as the charging handle.
Group and the charging handle. Okay.
Yeah, the charging handle can just kind of push in on the lever and then, yeah.
Oh, they come
nice.
Out like this.
Probably gonna need to take out the bolt first because there's the top part is hooked in. There's a groove, so you gotta slip that bad boy out. Oh yeah, and then you'll feel it just like an AR-15. You know, it's down and exactly.
Neato.
But this one you don't take out typically on the 9s. You don't typically take out the carrier because it's really kind of fickle. It's it's like an advanced cleaning technique. It's not a field strip level, so you can just clean it without taking it out
on the outside.
Right? Yeah, you can clean it and leave it pretty well. It's really not. I looked it up. I was like, should I take that out? And then I researched a little bit, and they're like, nah, it's like more like when you're doing a deep clean.
Oh, I see.
So like, oh, okay, cool. Things you know. I didn't know that with the 9mm ARs that you don't usually take this whole part apart.
All right, so I'm gonna turn it this way so I can clean down the barrel.
Yeah, you can take out the firing pin though. This little notch. See that? So just like the AR-15, you know, air platform, you can take out the firing pin. You should say what you call it that. I don't even remember what that's called. Pin holder.
Take this out?
Yeah.
Why?
Take out the firing pin. You can wipe that down. Okay, look at my sheet.
It's so interesting.
Yay. Okay.
Cool. Oh, so this comes out?
Right. There's your firing pin.
Oh.
So yeah, you can see it's got like just like your typical AR.
Hits the primer, right? On the
cartridge.
Yeah.
Yep. Ignites
the powder. And then it propels the bullet down the barrel.
Yes.
Whoa. That's so cool. I feel like it's starting to synthesize a lot of things that I learned about guns so far. It's pretty cool.
Well, you have taken a few classes, so over the years.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to take more. I just got so inspired by watching Top Shot. I wish the SJWs didn't win. They got the show taken down.
Yeah, that really does suck. That like Top Shot was slated to have more seasons, and then because of different, I forgot which mass shooting it was at the time. I think maybe it was Sandy Hook. They stopped doing it, so history stopped carrying it, which is ridiculous. It's like, oh, how dare you have a show about people just shooting guns for fun safely?
I know.
You know.
And they should have liked it. It wasn't like it was super libertarian. There was tons of like.
Oh, it's mega status on Top Shot.
Yeah. Like they played a SWAT kicking down doors. Urban developments, right? You mean people's houses?
Yeah, he's like, we urban warfare. Oh, you mean
People's
breaking into
houses.
people's homes?
Yeah.
Interesting term.
Yep.
But
Orwellian
yeah.
term.
That is kind of the fun thing. Like, you're just watching Top Shot and you're like, okay, which of these guns would I actually want to own, or or at least try?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fun stuff that they go through. So
definitely.
we got more episodes to watch.
The Walther PPQ was not one of them. That was just right. That wasn't one of them.
That wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
As far as we know, because we haven't seen all the episodes, but we've seen almost 4 complete seasons.
Have you guys seen the Browning, or anyone use the Browning Buckmark?
Yeah.
22 LR.
That was on the show.
Yeah, that was on the show. So I was like, ooh, I want to try that. I didn't like the Glock 46. I was like, nah, I'm good.
On the Glock 44? You mean?
Oh, I always say Glock 46. It's the Glock 44.
Right.
But yeah, 22 LR. It just wasn't very accurate, but I'm excited to see. Now the ANCAP gun is pretty good. The Ruger SR22. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. And the handle's so small, it fits my hand perfect. But I'm loving the Walther. It's really cool. Man, I've transitioned a lot. I used to just shoot 22s and only be comfortable shooting 22s. Now I'm shooting 9mm. Sniper rifles. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, shoot, I gotta say something.
I mean, you shot a lot of different things, but most these days,
what I
prefer, shot 223, 5.7.
I've settled between 9mm and I really like 5.7s. The FNs. Wow.
Yeah. 22 long rifle, FN 9mm.
I've tried the FN handgun, and
wait, you tried it?
I thought so.
When did you try the FN handgun?
I thought we rented it once.
Nope.
No, never.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because you would need to use the FN ammunition. We never use FN ammunition on the handgun.
Then I would love to try it. Never mind.
That's what I'm saying. I want to try the FN to see what it's like.
Well, because then I could have a pair with the PS90, the bullpup.
They pair well together.
Well, thank you for cleaning it.
I started you off, basically.
Can I clean down the barrel?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
I'm just going to move this out of the way really quick.
Great. Oh, Ruger has a 5.7, huh?
Yeah, they just.
Great. Well, is this steel? It's so dirty. It's like a matte finish on this frame right here. I really like these Daniel Defense iron sights. I will say, they're very accurate. I really enjoyed it. I didn't shoot any targets today. I just shot steel targets. Well, not paper targets. So it wasn't about like pure, just like precision on the bullseye. It was about you had like, a big plate and you just got to knock it down. And that's just so fun. Like the visual feedback from the plates going down is just so satisfying. And if you think about it like a plate, if that's like, 6 inches or something, that's a center mass on somebody. If you can get, always aim consistently and always able to hit around that, on a target, that's really good, especially if you're talking about like, a human sized target. But yeah, so if you have to defend yourself. So yeah. But I learned that 5.7s can pierce through body armor. Most body armor. Is that right? At least at the time.
At the time, they said that it was right.
But probably could pierce through something.
Yes.
I just thought that was cute.
Skin, watermelons.
But yeah. Cool. Oh, is that the Carbine?
Right. So I just want to like actually see, because I never opened this book yet. I want to see what the Ruger PC Carbine's field strip looks like here, if there is something else. Okay, so it uses they have takedown screws at the bottom. It says to loosen. Oh, that's just to. That's to change the magazine latch. Where are you? So it comes with a lot of cool things, like obviously having the threaded front on the barrel is pretty nice. But what I need to know is how to take it apart. So I'm just excited that once people, a lot of people are going to buy their first guns out of fear, and then they're going to return them. So there's going to be some good deals on guns at the gun stores with all the people who return their stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, got to hit those deals up. Once people are like, okay, I need more money, they don't even know how to use the gun they bought.
Oh no.
So
yeah, so that's an interesting phenomena. People buying guns for the first time and just being worried. Are they worried about riots or unemployment? People taking their toilet paper?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's all kinds of reasons.
Oh, this is nuts. Okay.
What?
So now I'm reading the PC Carbine's takedown for cleaning. And wow. It is an involved process. It is not like a simple thing. You actually have to unscrew, use a hex wrench to unscrew. It will just loosen, not totally take off some screws.
Just a field stripper?
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. So take down screws, and then you lift the assembly out. So that means that, you actually need tools. But it's not crazy, I guess. But it's not something I'm going to do right now.
Oh, is that the whole spring?
Yeah, so someone said, put the Ruger up top of the frame. It's just 4 screws. It is just 4 screws, but then it's like still a lot more parts to take apart.
Hope you're all hanging in there.
That's not what I want to do at this moment in time.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do that later when I'm...
I guess you're all hanging in there.
Don't want to get too much these details. But that's also a factor in things that I want too. Like whenever I like certain pieces, I like it to be relatively easy to strip and clean, take apart.
Right.
Yeah. Nothing. It's not crazy, but yeah. Again, I'd have to go grab a tool and unscrew and let's see here. And then removing the bolt, you have to remove a couple of things. Not tonight. Later. All right, I'm gonna put this back.
All right. Well, so I'm getting acquainted with this pistol here, the Angstadt, and I don't have the manual on me, so I could just look on my phone.
Okay. All right.
Or I could ask Jack.
So I want to hear what the best thing someone's got with their Trump books / tax return. Did anybody get anything super cool? Yeah, I definitely want to hear if anybody got anything. It doesn't have to be a gun. It could be anything that's just interesting or cool, something you always wanted. Because I know I'm going to get something cool whenever, if ever it comes.
Yeah. I guess that's more of a tax return than some people get, right? Like some people just pay, right? They don't get much of a return.
Right. Like that's the thing is some people have withholding because they're, W-2 employees. So, they may have just, get a return if you're in that zone. But if you are someone who pays just taxes and you're not someone, maybe you do quarterly or you have an S corp or you just, pay outright at the end of the year, you may have not had a return aspect. So all those people had to go and put in their information. Anybody who didn't file tax returns because they just are on whatever Social Security, they had to go do that. And then if someone, did a paper check, then they have to wait too. So yeah, lots of people gonna be waiting. It's gonna be too late for a lot of people. A lot of people are they're really hoping for that to survive, and then they're not going to get in time, and it's going to be not a good time for them. Oh, here we go. We got tires in my truck. An AR toolkit.
Oh,
Nice. Kermit
okay.
loves bacon.
Wow.
That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. Now we're talking. Got some tires. Got some.
That's funny.
Because that's what most people are going to do with it. They're going to spend it. It's not like people are going to like invest it into something. Why would you? It'd be crazy with the stock market the way it is. And like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to, most people are not going to be like, oh, yeah, let me go think about the future so long out when like the government now can just shut down everything at a whim. And
It's almost like
take
buy
little
the
business.
goods that you think might just surge in price because the
Right.
government's going to declare it non-essential or something.
Oh, here we go. Someone said invest in crypto.
Wow.
I don't know if that's an investment or hedge, but that's cool either way.
Yeah,
Crypto's cool.
I mean, there's
There
so
might be
many
some uses.
crypto choices, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's some good stuff. I like that.
Cool.
Someone said I have a bunch of old milsurps.
All right, Jack, how do I
live
in here?
With so you got to okay, let me see that.
This is the striker.
Let me see the firing pin.
Oh, the firing pin.
Let me see something. Okay, yeah, it looks like the spring is the same on either side. Cool. All right, so this is really good, nice and clean. Nice work there. You're gonna stick it in the hole.
Okay.
And then once it's all the way seated, then you're gonna stick in the pin to keep it in place. But you have to do it from underneath.
Oh, underneath.
Gotta do it, yeah. You gotta grab it from underneath, where there's a big hole. All the way through and in. No, you gotta keep the spring at the back.
Oh.
Again, it's more than just the tip. It's all the way in.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay, so then, do I just let it settle here? Or do I push it?
Right. So
once
because so the springy part, it's gonna get compressed a little bit, but you'll push it in because obviously this is gonna go and seat, just on this disc itself. So we're gonna stick it through the side hole where you found it, and then it'll compress the disc. And you can put your finger in if you need to compress the disc, whatever. Right. It's gonna go in the bigger hole because it's gotta have the pin part.
Oh, got it.
Right, so you gotta squeeze it. Yeah, just like the AR-15. I know you've done the strips on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Want me to put my finger on it?
No.
Okay.
Well, I can use.
Oh, you got that? Okay, you can use it too. I mean, this is very technical. Not really. Just getting used to new things.
Yeah, not used.
Let's see. Okay, so here we go. Final Lugia. He says, might go get a Walther PPK, but I should buy a Glock or Ruger PC instead. Again, it's just, what do you want? What's your purpose? Like, you could use the Ruger for self-defense. You could use the Glock for self-defense. What's your enjoyment out of it? I think the Ruger is going to be way more accurate than the Glock or the Walther for sure. But it's got a longer barrel. It's up to you. The Glock, I'm not a big Glock fan personally, but I know lots of people like it and it runs well. So, whatever, if you like it, more power to you. But that, you got to go and feel it.
I think it's not making it through to the other side.
Oh, okay. Here. So sometimes if your pin gets a little separated, you just got to close it together. And then, like a woman in Lamaze push. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah, no, so far so good. Just you can use this tool to just pull it back and stick it in. There you go. I'm a pro at sticking it in, so it's no problem.
Wow, you're really good at that.
Thank you.
Whoa. Okay.
It's just really brute force. That's all.
Okay, well, thank you.
My pleasure. All right, PPK is a dream gun. I gotta tell you, I do not like the PPK, and I've shot it several times.
I like the PPQ Q5 match.
The PPK, like seriously, like it looks cool because you're like, oh, James Bond, GoldenEye, but when you shoot it, I mean, it's just not balanced. It's like it feels unwieldy. It really doesn't feel comfortable to shoot. For me, someone were to ask, I wouldn't recommend it. You know what I mean? It's one of those iconic things, but to me, when you actually shoot it, it does not feel good. It doesn't hold up to snuff.
All right, no squibs. See, I literally verified no squibs.
No squibs. Oh yeah, so Kermit says the Ruger PC just came out with a pistol model. Well, I mean, they're technically in a sense all pistol models per se, like the new ones, the latest renditions, because the rifle, the barrel comes out, so you can just quickly swap in the pistol. And we held that one, the one that actually has the hand guard built in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we felt it braced and unbraced just for kicks and giggles. But we ended up going with the full length one just because it just felt better and was gonna be much more practical. Plus, not really interested in a braced thing. We got an Ongstad here for that, but it's fun. I got a question. What do you think of revolvers?
Oh, revolvers. I haven't had much luck with revolvers, honestly. The ones that I've tried have been double action, and I just, I cannot.
Yeah.
Just could not get that trigger.
Yeah.
If I had a face with that on Top Shot, they'd be like, get off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, just revolvers, I just don't like them generally because typically not well balanced. And if you want something that you want to conceal, like again, it gets to be a little bit unwieldy. And I've shot several, Smith and Wessons and, snub noses, a little longer, stuff like that. And, up and down. By and large, most of them they don't have the capacity as you compare to most modern, pistols and stuff. They don't have the accuracy for that is for speed shooting. Obviously you could, follow through your fundamentals and go slow, but when it comes to self-defense situations, to me, that's just not going to cut it using revolvers. And the revolvers that would be good for self-defense, that might have a longer barrel and be a little more accurate, again, unless you're going to be open carrying, not very comfy.
Yeah.
But they can be fun. It's not like it's not fun. I mean, revolvers can be fun to shoot if you get the right thing, but for most people's intents and purposes, which is okay, they want something for self-defense, home defense, and they might be able to carry. It's not gonna fit the bill.
So,
but again, you like it. So
yeah.
what? That's cool.
So it actually, I accidentally
what
had the bristle come off.
Oh no!
So you can see it down there.
Is it
Huh?
Did you get it back on yet?
No.
Are you gonna?
I'm trying. But now I'm going to pass it to you. Okay. Oh, you can see it actually out the other end.
Oh, wow. That's bad.
Can you see it?
You completely, almost severed it.
Oh, it's severed? Oh, geez.
Yeah, basically, you snapped it.
Oh, it was snapped?
You broke it.
Oh, no.
It's okay, though.
Gosh,
no big deal.
Well, at least
nice.
it's clean.
Yeah, that was a clean break right there.
Watch your fingers.
What am I watching for?
Oh, this part here, I had my fingers.
Oh, yeah. Don't clamp your fingers in there. Yeah, be careful. I would just say maybe you need to do something that's cleaning and lube at the same time so it can slip and slide down there without breaking. But that is a little weird that it snapped in half.
Yeah.
So.
Well.
Yeah.
I made it through. Okay, I guess I'll just throw this away. Okay.
Nice. So
right, well,
Brian says, I found revolvers very accurate. Yeah, I mean, of course, revolvers can be accurate. It's not like you can't. It's accuracy and time that is a concern. How many shots can you get off accurately in time? I mean, a revolver, what are you going to have? 6 shots, right? Whereas, with the CZ, I can get off 17 shots without reloading and have at least as good as or better accuracy. So it's one of those things where it's when push comes to shove, do you want more capacity or you comfortable with not having that capacity? To me, I'm no, I want the capacity. But again, if you're comfortable with it, hey, more power to you if you like it.
How do you lift this up, by the way? Is there a button?
Lift what up?
Press? This thing.
Oh, you just pull it.
Oh, you just pull it?
Yep. Oh. Yeah. So the question of, have you ever shot a lever action? Yes. My first gun I ever had was a Marlin 3030 lever action. So
I have not. I was telling you, I really want to try it.
Yes.
I also saw that on Top Shot.
Yeah, I know. Lever action it's a lot of fun, because it feels like a video game level kind of thing, it just feels like very Western, just popping it up and down and just okay, it's got a little satisfying, kind of like a shotgun does, that satisfying, sound as you rack it. It's lever action kind of has that feel to it. But yeah, is it practical for most people's purposes? No, but what do y'all think about the BRM 180 upper? I have no idea. I'd have to see it.
Oh, that's it.
I don't know what that is offhand.
Yeah, me either.
I have not seen it. There's so many gun things I haven't seen. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's like there's unlimited number of gun things. Like,
yeah,
no matter what. Like just the other day, like my student was like, oh, I was shooting a 1911 38. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, those two things come together? He's like, yeah. I'm like, holy crap, I got to see this. And I Googled it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Taurus made a 1911 38. I'm like, this really exists. This is crazy. Just little, like, you know what I mean? Just, it's like every time, like I'm always surprised by new things in gun stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. Never knew that existed, but
yeah,
there's always something new or something that's like, you thought never exists because, just never heard or seen it. It's not popular. And then you're like, oh, wow, someone made this like 20 years ago or 50 years ago. Like crazy. So, yeah.
is that in? Is that in all the way? Or is that no?
That does not look like it's in all the way.
Oh, did I put it in?
I think you put it in possibly upside. Let me see. Is that?
Did I?
No, that's up. That's right. That's right. Hey, just got. I think.
Oh, okay.
The fun part.
Okay. Is that? I think all the pieces are in. Yeah. So.
You put it in backwards.
Put it in backwards?
Yes.
Oh. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's okay. Boom. Again, because remember, see this flat part back here?
I was gonna say,
that's
wait.
Yeah. And the part that's the carrier has to actually grab the cartridge, so it's got to be up front. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's always fun doing this and learning more.
Hey, at least I put it vertically the right way.
Yes, you did. I mean, this is some tough stuff. It's not, there's a lot of physical force is what I mean. Like, it's not easy to, you need a little bit of strength. You can't be completely weak, but you got to just keep building the muscles until you get it. And then sometimes people get skittish because they're like, oh, they're afraid to slap it. But it's like, yeah, it's metal. You can give it a good spanking.
So cool. It's beautiful. I just love the UDP, the Ongsot UDP9. It's just a great beginner. It's like a beginner AR to me. It's like, oh, if you're weak and you're small and petite, get a 9mm AR style, and then it has some very similar mechanics, and it's a way to just get used to the platform, so that when you're ready to like go to 223 or 300 blackout,
yeah,
you'll know the mechanics, and that's what's important. So,
and then someone said Martin Lee, author of Hong Kong's Constitution, was just arrested by the CCP. I know there's a bunch of people who were arrested recently, but I hadn't read into all the specifics of every name, so that'd be interesting to look up. Yeah, definitely keeping an eye and ear to what's happening in Hong Kong is really important, because with all these different things going around the world and the shutdowns and everything, like a lot of tyrants are trying to take the opportunity to silence their critics. And so that's definitely happening in Hong Kong right now.
Right.
So very concerning.
Yeah.
That's why I got to stay strapped. And the Hong Kongers, they're like, oh man, we need guns here. And it's like, yeah, man, it's rough that it's so late that you're having to, just ask for it now.
And they fashioned some weapons, to their credit, like that they could.
Right. They made some bows and arrows, but man, it's not enough.
Lasers to try and then taking down some surveillance cameras.
Yeah.
But the full force from the Chinese government hasn't been used yet. And I think that's, and they've already arrested so many people.
Right.
They're still asking for people to be released since the beginning of the protests.
Right.
It's, it's like free humanity, free the whole world. They're trying to create a one world government. A lot of these people just or all governments, at least everyone in power, just has the same ends, and they partner together to violate people and monitor people and share surveillance technology, oppressive technologies, weapons, as they've been doing. So Oh, okay. So is this done?
Yeah, just check it.
Hopefully.
Just do your dry fire test.
All right.
Yeah, so it's a full embargo on China. Well, a full embargo on China, just leads to a lot of people in China starving and dying. So, yeah, I mean, it sounds good at first until you think about the actual effects of what happens to people who are innocent, who are, kids and families, innocent people in China living under oppression, and they're starving and dying. So embargoes are not an ethical ends to that means. The
Yeah, because you could
ethical
have been
ends
born in
is to
China
share
too, and it
information
would have
and
been horrible if
advocate for people to get armed.
you wanted goods from Italy or
Right.
China or Taiwan or Korea, and they do an embargo on you, but you're just someone who's trying to trade with someone in Korea peacefully, just a
Right.
seller on eBay or whatever. And like it's wrong for somebody to come in between that interaction. That's what the government's been doing for the coronavirus shutdowns. It's literally the government just coming in. People are like trying to trade and they just come in and they're like, no, you can't do that. Like you can't trade. And it's just like two people like, but I just have this thing and I want what he has and we're trading and it's totally fine. But they're just like, no,
Well, like even in North Korea,
crazy.
right? People sneak in. They try to sneak in media and movies and food and stuff because people are struggling because there's embargoes there with North Korea, and unfortunately, embargoes don't change the government itself. It just means that the people starve.
Those in government, the dictators they're trying to topple or disincentivize, they eat well.
Right.
It's the people that starve that aren't in government. They're the ones that feel it. They're just like some random, mom and dad family just trying to live and have a life, but they're living in poverty. Like, and then you just, have this embargo and they can't even get goods, or if they're merchants themselves, they can't trade now. They can't sell. They no longer have the same customers. So,
and free trade increases the opportunity for sharing ideas and for getting people to think outside of their government. It's always been a way for people to secretly get in things, information wise, books and other types of, you could say, revolutionary material.
It's like we can't let the Holocaust happen again. We can't let the Cultural Revolution, Mao Zedong, happen again. As much as possible. I get that it's kind of crazy to think, but like every day there's probably somebody being violated by the state somewhere in the world.
Somewhere, like guaranteed every second of every minute.
Like day. Whether it's some prison and someone's in solitary confinement and they're there for a nonviolent drug offense, and they're being oppressed or violated somehow by the prison guard, or they're just stopped in the street or something, like, or in China or in some of these horrible places.
Or they're rounded up in camps and killed.
Yeah.
Or re-educated, as in tortured.
And like what we're talking about, these are real human beings. Like it's like if I was just saying that Jack was being tortured right now, or like Julian Assange, what's happening to him, apparently being psychologically tortured. And I didn't even know that he had a family. Like he has a wife and kids and 2 kids. And that's just really sad because what he did was expose war crimes. And instead of talking about those crimes, people just try to bring up his past, anything that they can find about his relationships or who he's ever been acquainted with, instead of what he exposed. And that's not criminal to expose the secrets of a violent institution, So it's pretty nuts.
It is. It's very clowny.
Yeah.
But that's why we're trying to work our best while still having fun, because we enjoy life. Like, what good is, all this if you're not also trying to make the most of your existence and really trying to learn more and grow and have great relationships? You know what I mean? Like, what are you fighting for, or working toward if you're not trying to also like make your life better in every way you can and really enjoy it? So, we want to have fun, but we also know how serious all this stuff is, which is why we take it seriously and keep trying to educate people as much as we can, until, as people have already seen, protesting becomes a crime. Educating people becomes a crime, right?
Because it's an emergency,
Yeah.
and you're violating an emergency. Like,
so, try exhaust all peaceable means, but some people in different states and different governments want to use as much force as they can get away with. So we'll see. Hopefully, there's been enough people that have really started to be like, it's been great watching all the people starting to protest and do stuff. Like, enough people are getting pissed off at this point, thankfully, and starting to be like, okay, yeah, you know what, this ain't cool.
Right.
But,
time to reopen.
Yeah. But, structurally, things need to change, because if people don't work toward saying never again, the governments are going to
they're just going to do it again.
Do it again and again. They're going to say, oh, every winter, I guess it's quarantine season, and they're going to start.
Or there's another shooting, or there's a hurricane, or there's a tornado, and it's time to confiscate and go door to door again.
Yeah.
Make sure you're not. I mean, how is that not the Holocaust? They go door to door, and some National Guards, and they check and see if you're harboring anyone from New York. And by the way, a lot of people from New York are Jews, so it's just kind of funny. This it's like, hey, you got the Holocaust going on again.
You'd think there are a lot of people.
They're like, hey, you housing the Jews?
Yeah,
like in your house.
Have woken up, but that's the problem. The problem is that when people do it based on identity politic, they can think of slavery like, oh, well, there's blacks being enslaved in America at a certain period.
Yeah.
But when the slavery and the terrorism and the abuse applies to all people, suddenly people can't think about it anymore. It becomes, oh, well, I guess everybody's enslaved, so it's not slavery. If everybody's stolen from, it's not theft. And that's how they get away with all this stuff, is by saying, well, it's not discrimination. We're just simply,
they flip the script. They say everyone consents to it. And those that don't should go to jail because everyone else consented to it, and you're just living off the labor of everyone else who consented. Like, that's their argument,
All right.
So, yeah. Well, thanks for hanging. I mean, we cleaned it all.
We cleaned a lot. We talked about a lot. So
cool. Oh, there's silicone cleaning cloth. Can use that.
Not right yet. Oh, I guess maybe, but we'll see. But in any case, we're gonna head on out. So thanks everybody for hanging out.
Yeah,
while we
take care,
caught up,
guys.
And we'll talk
make
to
sure
later.
to get sun, kill the flu. Thanks for hanging. Get fresh air.
Adios.